Good evening, wrestling community, and outside of wrestling, we talk about a lot of things, but let me get the particulars out of the way. First and foremost, we want to thank our audience for your viewership. Immediately after the video was posted earlier this afternoon, it's gotten an immediate response. We thank you for that, but this is for a different matter. There is no new wrestling news. I will get to that as it comes in. If anything happens to come in while we're waiting. But the one thing I need to emphasize and at least voice my opinion is I have began the process along with a team of over 200 people. We are writing to the FCC, local cable providers, MTV itself, the city of New Jersey, anything and everything that sponsors, endorses, or promotes the Jersey Shore television show. I do not hate the people individually. The message that it sends is immoral. It is wrong. A show that where your key demographic is 12 to 25-year-olds should not send a message to the male demographic, oh, just if you don't have your own way or get your own way, destroy people's property, get drunk and get into fist fights, break bottles over one another's heads. And this is all supposed to be for the sake of entertainment, or so we're told. When Snookie, the world's, and I'll say it here, viewer discretion is advised, she brings nothing to the table. So to see a couple weeks ago how she's making headlines and getting spots on the Tonight Show, for what? Because she's the biggest whore on the show. What message does this send? If you don't get your way, ladies, just show them a little T&A or flirt with them or dry hump them in a hot tub, and this will get you whatever you want in life. I am of complete sound body and mind when I say this, but for her to get a book deal spits in the face of every real entertaining book that has ever been written. What did she write about? Oh, her drama on the shore. God knows she created most of it, so why not write about the fact that I'm a self-entitled bitch. I think that the world owes me. And what exactly does this show do to better us as a society? Your answer? Nothing, because of the messages it sends again. And I stress again, when your solutions to things are either get into a fist fight if you're a guy, or flirt and have sex with anything that moves, it's almost like John Cena and his homophobic jokes. It can all be looped in. And I'm not saying wrestling saints, because they're not. We call on that. But I was just hanging out on Facebook and I seen a lot of people saying about how good it is. It's not good TV. It's TV for people that have nothing better to do except listen to somebody bitch. And if anybody can bitch about absolutely nothing, it's Snookie. When you give her a book deal, it's not like she has anything creative to write. She had someone write the book for her, which is public knowledge, and it contains nothing that will make you brighter, make you stronger, make you smarter. If anything, it will remind you how horrible she is as a person, how low MTV is stooped in its levels for entertainment, that it will throw anything on there. Never mind the fact of our rating, we'll just go with it because it's a popular show. And this includes TNA. A friend of mine on Facebook actually quoted the clip where JWoww appeared on TNA and said, "Wow, this is exciting." First of all, get out from under your rock. TNA has not been exciting for going on about 5 years now. And when you throw more trash in the male department and whores in the female department and their daily escapades is not a form of entertainment. To conclude what I was saying, I have begun the process of writing to the FCC, MTV, its corporate partners, its sponsors, anything that MTV gets money from for this show. I'm not saying I'm going to be the man to single-handedly do it, but this show is in such bad taste, repulsive is not even the word. You might as well bring back the Spice Channel and air it after midnight after the kids go to bed. It is not riveting, it is not dramatic, it's just a bunch of people crying over nothing. Snookie the other, or Sammy or whatever her name is, this is how much I don't follow it, cries about somebody breaking all of her stuff and taking all of her stuff, and then by the end of the episode, they're in the hot tub humping each other. What does this say about the people? That they're not intelligent. What does this say that their means to fix about their means to fix problems? That sex will fix every problem that ever arises. And what we sell to the audience, MTV, and to our teenage audience, don't worry about it. Whatever you can't fix yourself, just be flirtatious, be a whore, come on to anything with a pulse, and it will get you ratings, get you on the Letterman, so you can tell the world how you're not really a cunt in real life, that you just don't like who you work with. You want the world to know you're here. We get it, Snookie. Get off my TV. Same thing with TNA. If you're going to continue this, take it off the air. It is not entertaining. The innuendos, the dirty the dirty tactics that they do on one another. What happened to the good old road rules, real world challenge, where it was challenges and the drama stemmed from there? Instead, we're not allowed to show you uh, porno, but we're going to push that envelope as much as we can because this is what the people want. And I am speaking for, I'd like to think, a lot of people when I say, again, I will write letters to whoever I need to. Go through, I will call and have been calling the networks at least 3 times a day. I will involve any state rep. Maybe we can get it banned in Pennsylvania so our youth isn't watching this garbage, because that's what it is. A bunch of guys, a bunch of girls that cry, piss, and moan, and icing on the cake so you know everything's all better is let's have sex with each other, or let's dry hump each other in a hot tub, because that makes all our problems go away. The moral of this story: other shows have been taking, I understand, edgy entertainment. If this was edgy entertainment, you might have a leg to stand on. But all the fans, you're smarter than this. The people that I know that are fans, you're more intelligent than this. I know it for a fact. And this is not the message you send to the demographic that they shoot for. Because then you get what you've gotten the last couple months. Wrestling starts to think that because Jersey Shore is popular for the moment, that if we factor it in and get a character in there, it will give us ratings. I am calling for the full ban of this show or a different time slot after midnight. I don't care about this show's ratings. I don't care about its time slot for the ratings. This show needs to go. Any parent in their right mind that still has a say, age-wise, that lets their family watch this, obviously needs to have more family together time. Because, again, there is nothing entertaining about Snookie. She just ripped somebody, a good writer, off out of a good writing opportunity so she could make a book all about her because, like, we couldn't see her already. She dresses like a skank. She enforces the message that teasing, flirting, and again, having sex sells. And we all remember a time in wrestling that it did that. But this is overboard. This is MTV and New Jersey just trying to make a dollar off of over dramatized conflict. And you might ask, Josh, why are you so hard on this? I'm so hard on it because it is not entertainment. And I'll even put my wrestling up there. There are times that wrestling is offensive and not so much entertaining. There are times that for the wrestling marks out there that thought when Rock was coming back that, oh, this proves how crappy wrestling is. To concur with Wade Keller, wrestling isn't always this awesome. Steve Austin and The Rock were in a phase of the company called the Attitude Era, and they shine. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have gotten their appropriate breaks. Rock's a genius on the microphone. Stone Cold's the old-fashioned Texas ass kicker. And there's plot, feud, storyline, conclusion. Here, all you're faced with is a show that, depending on the size of your tits or how tough you are as a guy, determines your popularity. So I ask anyone, this is a non-wrestling related show, this is a direct dig to MTV. I will make sure I tag this enough to where everyone sees it, including you, Snookie. You're a cheat. You're non-entertaining. Your guest spot on Letterman or whatever late night show you were on the other week should be scratched from the record. There should be an apology from the host for bringing someone that indecent, that inhuman, that piece of trash is is what you are. Like I said, no drink or drug, just what I've seen about the show. And the fact is, there is no show. It's let's see if Snookie's tits got any bigger. If we get into a fight, we can cry and then we can make nice by having sex under the blanket because the cameras are watching us. I'm not saying it's anything new. The real world and dare say the first season of Tough Enough had the same angle. But Snookie, JWoww, you're not entertaining. Go back to the X-rated films that you belong in or where you started because this is not going to be your break. I am through the message board I started. I have enough people that I will be calling every day, writing to whoever I need to have this show squashed. This is, to conclude, again, this is a horrible message to send to the young teenagers that this show is aimed at. Everything like that. I'm pretty sure you all thought it would be cool. Oh, they're filming in Jersey. It happens in Jersey. Yeah, hometown pop. Whatever. That's all said and done. Now what you have is a bunch of society's riffraff that the world is, or MTV rather, shouldn't say the world, is paying to act like disgusting human beings. And that's what Snookie is. Can't speak that much on that badly on JWoww, just seeing her acting ability or lack thereof, and just seeing her on TNA cements the statement. We don't like it when they do it in wrestling, overexposed the sex and the drama, but you people have no talent. Get over it. It happens to the best of us. Maybe one day, real soon, with what I have in the works, real soon, hopefully the bandwagon will be big enough to when I write up that final petition that you guys get kicked off the air. You send a bad message to kids. You make parents feel awkward and uncomfortable, even if they're enjoying it. They can't enjoy all your material because you've literally gone just above an X-rated film and buffed out enough to give it a PG or TVMA when you should be charging $9.95 an episode like a porno goes for. If you're gonna be whores, do it the right way. Stop involving our youth. Stop using a network like MTV, who, ever since they got rid of music videos or randomly picked their music videos, they're all about reality. Some reality we don't need to know. And that's your life, Snookie, JWoww, the entire cast. We do not care about you, for you, or anything that you do, because I've never met such a repulsive woman in my life, unattractive on more than just a physical level, than you, Snookie. You put yourself out there and yeah, you got your pops. You know what the guys want. And that's a perfect message to send to the youth that watches. If you can't fight it off, give them some sex, or we'll all have sex together in a hot tub, and the innuendos stop. Be women. Find something that is actually entertaining that you can do. Give up acting. I would give up the X-rated film industry too, because most people are probably tired of seeing you in that. And take the massive amount of money you're being paid for this. I want to call it a reality show, but it's not reality. It's the Let's Be a Tramp show starring JWoww and Snookie, and no one does it better, because you've shown today's youth that they shouldn't shoot for anything big, because you haven't. You stole, again, a writing opportunity from, who knows, a breakout writer who didn't get his book picked up because all people could talk about was the Jersey Shore. And quite frankly, I'm tired of talking about it. But in my YouTube description, it says PSAs and personal rants. So this is a personal rant. You can like or dislike it. It really doesn't matter. But if you concur or have any comment, you can write it right underneath in the space provided under this video, along with all our other wrestling material. This will be titled differently, by the way, so you know that it's not, even though I use some wrestling references, it's not wrestling related. This needs to stop. We wonder why the girls, the teenagers, want cell phones when they're 12 and want to be skinny like whoever they saw on the latest magazine or the latest edition of Cosmo. We need to stop this. You two, especially, the entire cast, needs to be fired. And MTV, you'll dump something like wrestling while Lucha Libre is supposedly coming back, but it's so minute, no one follows it. And you, Snookie, you have a following just for being Snookie. Snookie's portrayed to be this fun-loving person, when all she is a leech on society, a leech on the camera. She'll cry, piss, and moan about anything she thinks that'll get her attention. And I'm tired of real entertainment being sacrificed for this bullshit reality TV. And when I say that, it doesn't just include this show. It includes every reality show that never panned out. David Letterman or whatever you were on should be giving out personal apologies for having you on his show. You contributed nothing. You admitted to being an alcoholic. Well, you didn't admit to it, because I don't think anybody really admits to it. But instead of being a woman and setting an example, considering up until that point you were already being criticized for your, I'll call them, female practices, you don't bring anything else to the table. You don't. And all you need to do is just tell MTV tomorrow, You're right. This isn't me. I I hope you were raised better to know that. One second. Be acting like a whore and flaunting yourself left, right, and in between, and everybody and their brother's been with you, and the giggling and the over dramatic, over the stupid shit. We're out of high school. Stop treating us like we're idiots. Again, to not seem unfair, the same reference can be made about wrestling. I've been ranting for months that wrestling needs to stop treating us like idiots. Instead, when your son or daughter has nothing better to do, MTV's giving you the option without even doing a focus group. They bounce from one reality show to the next because they're convinced that they're the kings of it and they know what they're doing. I'm sorry. Again, not when you have young girls and young men out there watching this or young females definitely. Young men might get a glimpse of it or know of your characters. But you're horrible people, MTV. Your cast doesn't do you any favors. This whole show should have been scrapped from the word go. Sex under the covers with the camera, and we know the tease, should not be a focal point of a show that's supposed to entertain. If I go back to my first point, if you want that kind of entertainment, you go out and you rent an adult film. But instead, because we're in the age of convenience, you can just turn on your TV and watch Snookie get with whoever will get her way at the moment. I really hope you change, Snookie. Right now, you disgust me. And I'm a male. You don't have to impress me. First of all, when I seen you the first time, I flipped every newspaper over that I was looking at so no one else would have to go through that. And you shouldn't be forcing this on people however many times you're on a week. Give it a rest. Take your money. Go home. And um, figure out what you want to do with your life. Because right now, the message you're sending, if this were my daughter watching this, it would be a way more vulgar video. You do not deserve airtime. You do not deserve a book deal. You do not deserve a spin-off. God forbid this show gives you that opportunity. You need to get into therapy or get some kind of help for the problems that you and every other cast member have. I'm sorry, MTV, but shit like that sells for the moment. But it hurts in the long run. And none of you care because you're making more money than you know what to do with. So I guess they're paying you enough that you feel that you can do this. But let's not forget all the giggling, all the off-scene stuff about how you're a misunderstood person and you dodged the alcoholism question. That's what offended me the most about you. Instead of just saying straight up, there's a lot of stress on the show, which you're the creator of. So instead of dealing with it and not talking, which would be a great show, Jersey Shore presents an episode without Snookie, or even better catchline, MTV presents the new Jersey Shore. Something other than Snookie will be on your TV. Tonight is about entertaining, and Snookie is not entertaining. Parents, I encourage you to make sure you're, not to sound like a father figure because I'm not yet, but I do have a niece coming into this world, and this is not what I want to see on my TV. And like I said before, wrestling's pushed the edgy card, but MTV might as well have gone into the adult film business when they started. That way they could get the appropriate rating. Stop marketing cast members as whores. Stop making the solution to every problem. If you're a guy, oh, I'm going to get drunk and kick your ass. Everybody's a tough guy when they're drunk. Oh, Snookie must like you. She's smiling at you and flirting with you. When the camera goes off, what else does she do? I guarantee you she has no limits. She's disgusting as a person. You'd think you'd want to be putting on a program that inspired people. The only thing about the show that makes me angry is that you approve all this. You think this is what we want. And it's not. They don't care. Your cast members aren't going to stop. You need to stop her. You need to stop them all. I will start with like I said, I will start with the FCC, and I will write. Actually, after this, I'll do a Google search, and I will write to anything that will listen and investigate this, because she is not a role model. This is not someone who should be on TV more than 15 seconds, let alone an hour or however long the show is a week. You're not entertaining. Go to school. Become something. Don't think that because of your nice body and your huge jugs that anyone else but Playboy is going to reach out and touch you. This is not entertaining. I'm insulted to see where MTV was and where it has come. I grew up watching MTV's Beavis and Butthead, and even them, they had the humor, but if you weren't old enough, it kind of went over your head, and with the laughter right after, it sold it. But you're literally telling to the guys, go out and fight if you don't get your way, and to the girls, just show them your goodies and they won't be so mad. This concludes my rant. Again, this was non-wrestling related. I might put it in a different topic, but it will be in the video lineup. Send me your feedback on this. Reply directly under the video once it's published, or send a private email to cwecompany@gmail.com. Snookie, you aggravate me. JWoww, get off TNA. You're just a ploy for Eric Bischoff to do a spinoff of the to continue his Jersey Shore spinoff and see if that makes him money. The fact is we paid you enough for the horrible work that you've done. It's time to go back to wherever you call home. And I really hope it's not in Jersey, because all of your exes are probably laughing at you. Not because of your success. Let no one tell you that what you have is success. It's far from it. What you have is the need to be the center of attention all the time. And you're not going to get sympathy here. Please respond, like I said, directly under this video once it posts, or cwecompany@gmail.com. I wanted to write this on the Facebook, but it was too long and didn't want to write it as a note because they don't merit it. You've wasted 35 minutes of my life that I'll never get back to tell you that what you're putting on the air is not entertainment. It's vulgar. It's offensive. It's something that when my niece gets older, and I do have kids, they will not be watching because there's nothing for them to learn. No core values to pick up. You stab each other in the back, so you can't even use the friendship. We all know it's about money. Stop kidding us. Stop kidding yourself. Get off the TV. I will not stop until this show is banned. That's how much it annoys me, because other shows think they can boost their ratings, even though your ratings only boost because they want to see what you're wearing. And you can laugh all you want. If that's how your mother raised you, then you know no better. But you will literally come off of this if you leave it alone and nothing changes. You will come off as the whore on MTV. Until next time, my friends, I'm going to check out the coverage on Victory Road, TNA's pay-per-view. But again, this was not a wrestling-related rant. This was a personal rant and will be labeled as such. So, subscribe to us normally. We're all about wrestling. Visit the wrestling forums at wrestletalkshow.webs.com. Friend us on Facebook and Twitter. Visit youtube.com/CWEcompany for not even this video. I posted an earlier video this afternoon along with the other 69 plus videos. But if you like wrestling, we give you the interactive feel. I just needed to get off my chest that Snookie should not be anywhere on a national TV smiling. She has nothing to smile about. She's a waste of good TV time that could go to a program that deserves it. Dare say give a half hour of it to maybe Impact, and maybe they could tweak it up a bit. Like, no one's perfect. But I ran out of words. But you push the envelope, and this is not entertainment. God damn it. Your book is a paperweight. It's not a book. There's nothing to learn. There's no knowledge. It's just you bitching about you. Grow up. Get sober, become a role model. It's bad enough you put yourself out there for the world to see, but now you also want to teach these girls that if you can't fix your problem this way, get drunk and all your problems will go away because you're so misunderstood. No, it's actually quite easy. You're in it for the money. You could care less about how you come across because somebody in MTV is telling you that this is ratings and you suck. You're not even a draw. When you're on Raw this week, I plan on not watching Raw. Like, I will. Well, I'll do you one better just to prove my point. I will mute or turn the TV off the entire time you're on. And then I'll have my next door neighbor knock on the door when you're done doing whatever it is you're there to do. You're not a wrestler. I don't want to see you in wrestling. You pull a JWoww, I'll be even more pissed, and you opened yourself up for it. But at least then I can review you, and it'll it'll be fun. Plain and simple. If this is what this is all about, you guest hosting so you can get in the middle of something, don't waste my time. I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to continue with the followers that are for the anti-Jersey Shore. And it's not going to be an overnight thing, but I will make sure you either clean up your act like you should be doing for the people that watch you out of respect, or go back to run. Bad reference. One second. Go back to Hugh Hefner and ask him if you can take a couple photos because you need money. Either turn yourself into something worth watching or don't say anything at all. A quiet Jersey Shore. There's a concept where it's real coexisting dilemmas and not just you and whoever you brought home or whoever you bribed. Like, until next time, visit all the links provided. Let me know what you think. I went on a bit of a rant here. A little tired. It's been a long week. But all of you Jersey Shore fans need to learn this is not entertainment. This is MTV insulting our intelligence. Snookie makes it worse because she just puts herself out there. And wrestling fans, up until the time Snookie comes on, I encourage you to watch Raw. We have this on. on. Watch it all the way up to when she comes on. And then for your children, for you, for the sake of entertainment, turn your TV off. You'd be a decent person if you weren't so trashy. and MTV, I expected better. You couldn't market Lucha Libre the right way, but you have thousands upon millions of viewers that watch this, and you can't send. Your method to this one is, let's do everything we can to send as many innuendos and vulgar messages as possible. Watching this show should not make you feel dirty or not give you the feel like you're in a strip club. Change her, change her outlook, or get rid of her. They're a dime a dozen. She's all about herself. Until next time, stay tuned either later tonight, like I said. To my wrestling fans, I didn't mean to get on this rant. It just needs to be done. And like I said, when I was typing it in the Facebook, there's a character limit that wouldn't let me type everything I wanted. And I knew if I started writing it in a note form, it would have never ended. So, vote to get rid of this. It it's not doing us any favors. It's not even entertaining anymore. It's Snookie doing what she wants to do, and the guys beating each other up. And like I said in the beginning, at the end they all kiss and make up, some literally, some figuratively. Mostly literally if you're hanging out with Snookie. And JWoww is getting somewhat notoriety in TNA, but you gotta think that Snookie's a bit envious because, or WWE thinks that this is the ticket because Snookie will be on your WWE Monday Night Raw Monday night. Or tomorrow night, yeah, I was right. Can you think of a worse guest host? I can't. MTV, Snookie, you make me sick. It's reasons like this, again, that I do not watch reality TV. Your version of reality is scripted, and you've taken an angle that Snookie has, and you've beaten it to a pulp, so much to a pulp that fans look forward to this. Like the male instinct. Yeah, she's hot, somebody said to me a couple weeks ago, and I go, who are we talking about? He goes, Snookie. I go, far from it. And until you change your attitude, your appearance, and your approach on life, that's all you will be. Disgusting. TNA Victory Road coverage coming up later tonight or first thing tomorrow. Like I said, guys, getting real tired here, so it'll probably be tomorrow. But thank you for listening. I know it wasn't the most enjoyable. I went on a bit of a long one just because I don't understand it. They bring nothing to the table. When she wrote her book, most book publishers want a hook. Her hook was being the hooker in the book, and that sells. Just just go away. Easy fix. Quit. Because I will not stop until something happens. Either you get booted or they'll switch you from the time slot you had to the time slot that they give the infomercials. Real quick in closing, please note this video as just my opinion. I'd like to think a bunch of people follow me. I have a list of people that do not endorse this show, condone it, but just take a look at it if you think I'm being over harsh. There's nothing about it that's entertaining, not even her. It used to be cute and funny. Now she's just white and trashy, or whatever she is. Like, get her off my TV. Do entertainment a favor.